Each year, we convene the sabermetrics super panel. We're pleased to have them all back now. Vince Gennaro, Sarah Langs, Mike Petriello. It is interesting. There's real superstar talent here. I'm trying to find the stratification because there is Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper. Is Ronald Acuna Jr. in that top mix, or is it Acuna and then Soto and Betts battling for #1? Sarah?
My internal battle for about 5 days putting together this list was between Soto and Betts. And, you know, I ended up with Soto #1. I have Betts #2. If we were allowed to do ties, this would be somewhere where I would have absolutely begged to do that. And I am confident in Soto #1, but it was so close. But ultimately, Soto is the best hitter in baseball, and I just could not put the best hitter in baseball #2 on any list. Mookie Betts is really, really good. He has a defensive edge over Juan Soto for sure. He's absolutely outstanding, but the bat is not the same as Juan Soto, who is 22 years old, the best hitter, absolutely incredible plate discipline, everything else at such a young age. Okay,
give us the rest of your top 10, and then we'll get back to the top. Go ahead, Sarah.
Sounds good. So I've got Ronald Acuna Jr. #3. I did not consider him for those top 2 spots. Before we had Soto over here, maybe I thought about it for a moment with him and Betts, but it really wasn't much of a thought process. Really good, expecting him to, you know, this will eventually be Soto and Acuna 1 and 2 at some point when Mookie ages out, I figure. At this point, he's 3. Aaron Judge, I had 4. Bryce Harper, 5. Michael Conforto, I had 6th. You know, he had some of his best stats since his rookie year. Expected stats also on par with what he was doing, so really good quality of contact there. I had Teoscar Hernandez at 7. Really liked what he did. Home runs, exit velocity, all of that in 2020. He had the 2nd highest average home run distance in the majors, 3rd highest barrel rate. Joey Gallo I had at 8th, and you know, one thing I do want to highlight for him is a bit of a defensive improvement. We'll see exactly where that goes in a larger sample, but that's certainly something that helps him compete with some of these guys ahead of him. You know, the other thing for him is just playing time and staying healthy. And then I had Mike Yastrzemski #9 and Austin Meadows #10.
All right, tougher choices at the bottom, but the main choice up top, Soto versus Betts. Once again, once Kyle Schwarber was signed, Soto moves over to right field, and now it's Soto versus Betts. Who do you got?
I have Soto. I mean, to be honest, I think the top 3 of my list here, Soto, Betts, Acuna, are all Hall of Famers. Like, I have 3 Kings up here, maybe Harper, too, someday. You get there. I thought I was going to agonize about Soto over Betts. I really did, because Mookie Betts is like a guaranteed Hall of Famer. We saw what he does on both sides of the ball. He's almost one of those guys where it's like, we talk about Yadi Molina doing these things the numbers don't capture the takeover game. I think Betts does that, but also the numbers love him, right? Like, that's what makes him so great. And yet Juan Soto, I would go so far as to call him the perfect hitter, right? The top 10% in walk rate and strikeout rate and hard hit rate. And if you look at the start of his career, look at this, highest OPS plus through the age 21 season. Look at these names. These are not just great players. These are not just Hall of Famers. These are literally the best hitters in the history of the sport. You cannot start off a career like this and not end up in the Hall of Fame. So as Sarah said, I agree, Betts is a better defender. Clearly is a better base runner, no doubt. But you look at what Soto's done to start off his career, I had to put him #1 here.
You had to. And it's clear for you. Soto, Vince?
Well, I had a little variation on this. Soto and Betts, not even close, okay? Soto is rivaling Trout as the best hitter in baseball right now. Where my decision was Betts, Acuna Jr. You know, they're statistically very close. Their on-base percentage is about 10 points apart. Their slug is almost identical. Their walk rate's almost identical. What you get with Betts is you get better plate discipline and much better defense. What you get with Acuna is, well, 5 years younger, okay, and much more of a hard-hit ball rate, and but almost identical OBP and slug. So I really would expect by next year, Acuna Jr. will overtake Betts.
Wow. I'm stunned. So Soto, and you're saying it's not close. Whereas I came out here, I had no idea where they were going. We don't discuss this ahead of time. When we were confronted with Soto moving to right field and Betts, I thought it over. I looked at it quick and I said, Mookie Betts. It's easy. It's easy. Betts easy. He out-hit Soto over the last 3 years. And I know he's older. He's out-hit him over the last 3 years.
Soto just turned 22.
What do you mean 3 years? Soto was a junior in high school.
Right. He broke it. He's got 3 years in the majors. I'm just looking at the wider sample. Betts over that period has out-hit Soto. Now, is Soto a better hitter than Betts? Yes, he is. He's slightly better. But it's not the slam dunk that it was. And over the last 3, Betts has been better.
Are we doing top 10 right fielders of the last 3 years or right now? See, that's the way I look at it.
Well, no, that's true. No. What's this year? And this year, who would you rather have, Soto or Betts?
Juan Soto.
See, I'm torn on that. And again, it comes down to, look, if you're going to tell me Juan Soto was going to come up with, what, the 450, 690 slugging, Yes, of course, I'll take Soto, but he's not going to be. He did that for 3 months or 2 months. It's not going to be happening over a full season.
But you don't know what's going to, I mean, if you look at the Fangraphs projections right now, the Zips projections from Dan Szymborski, his comparison is Ted Williams. The intro to the article literally says, yes, that Ted Williams, not the end of his career, not the beginning of his career, but literally Ted Williams. I could not put that player number 2.
Yes, and in the real world, Mookie Betts looks like DiMaggio in his heyday winning World Series because he'll take home from third base on a ground ball. Did it twice in the World Series. Will steal balls from over the outfield wall. The fielding and the defense and the base running, Vince. Come on, it's got to be a little closer than you're making it out to be.
Well, first of all, Mike made this point, though, that Betts does things that we don't even measure. And when we measure those things, like base running and defense, he shines. So, yes, I'm putting a premium on hitting in the corner outfield position. I confess to that, okay? If you look at the better all-around player, I don't think there's an argument. Betts is the better all-around player. But if you're telling me who do I want in my lineup, I'll sacrifice the defense for that incredible bat. Not just a better bat, an otherworldly bat.
Okay, for 6 months then, we're talking about this year, because I will grant you, if you were saying, hey, 5-year deal, well, Soto's the younger player, I'd rather have Juan Soto. But for this year, we're talking right now, you got me on that before, right now, this year, but yeah, 6 months, you'd rather have Juan Soto than Mookie Betts?
I would, and I hate that the tone of this sounds like I don't like Mookie Betts. Right?
You got to pick one.
The man's amazing.
That's right.
These are, to me, these are 2 of the top 3 players in baseball.
See, right. Real world, I would take Betts. I'm saying I'm with the whatever club I'm with, and I can have either one. I think I want 1 year real world of Mookie Betts, and you saying Soto. You're clear on that.
I'm still saying Soto, and also, I mean, again, this was so agonizing because these are 2 of the best players in baseball. They are both so good. They are both so much fun to watch. But even to the real world example, one of the things I thought about, and this doesn't get to right now, but this helped me sort of think through these 2 players, is the Nationals don't get out of the NLDS in 2019 without Juan Soto. If Juan Soto doesn't hit that home run off of Kershaw, we're not talking about the 2019 World Series champions. I don't know if the Dodgers win the World Series in 2020 without Mookie Betts, but they at least get out of the first few rounds. Yes, we certainly saw in the World Series his defense really coming to a head, and we saw, he hit a home run in the game they clinched and everything else. He did,
right,
he did.
Winning games.
But I think they would have been in the World Series at the very least.
Yeah, I don't factor that much in. I mean, you're a WAR guy. Betts last 3 years, 21. He has 21 wins above replacement. Soto has less than 10.
But he came up halfway through the season that first year. It's a little unfair.
2 years, but it's not going to be close, I think, for a while in the WAR department.
I hope that next year when we do the show, I want this conversation rolled back. I want to see who gets called out.
I hope so too. Look, and if he comes in and has a 500 on base, slugging 800 like you guys say, then okay, Uncle. All right. I'm stunned. I'm glad you stunned me. They all think that one way.